Welcome back to our video, and recently I've been doing some self-reflecting as a man does, and by the way, that's a really good habit, and I'm probably gonna make a video on that, but yeah, basically, I've been doing some self-reflecting. That's not what the video is about. We're talking about progressive overload outside the gym, and part of self-reflecting is reading your old journal entries. That's why it's so good to journal. And basically, I was reading, and in the early days when I first started this stuff, one of my goals was to play less. It was not to quit playing at all. It was to play for only an hour. I wrote that play only for an hour today. And that brought such a big smile to my face because it made me realize, how much I've came from just that loser who just plays video games all day, doesn't focus on school, doesn't do anything productive. And the thing is that if you have to make sure that your schedule gets harder and harder as you live. Now let me explain, because we all know that the number one thing to, you have to challenge yourself so you grow as a person, blah blah blah. And that's obvious, everyone knows that. But the thing is that so many people don't do that when it comes to their schedule and their life, because let's be honest, everyone has wasted time. I waste time sometimes, you waste time sometimes, the other guy wastes sometimes. Like, it's hard, it's very very hard to waste zero time, 0 minutes in your day. And the one way to progressive overload, like in your real life, is to actually reduce the time that you waste. So I used to waste, playing video games is a waste of time. I used to waste an hour, more than an hour a day. Right now I probably waste whatever, like 30 minutes a day. So what? The thing is that you have to make sure that you decrease the amount of time you waste as you live, because as I said before, the only way to improve is to challenge yourself and push yourself. Now we know this, but we don't apply this to our schedules. And then everyone also says start off easy. In anything you hear, start off easy, make sure you go light when you first start. That's a really big common thing in the gym. For in my first day in the gym, you know what I did? I got in there and I did whatever everyone else was doing. Everyone said, oh, let's go bench, blah blah blah, let's do it, let's have some fun. But now I know how to weightlift pretty well. I've been weightlifting for like 8 months. And now you have to start, tracking your lifts, writing down in a notebook, making sure that you're progressively over time. And the thing is that you can't always just go in the gym and have fun. And that's what I'm trying to say, is that you can't just always stay at that level one. You have to bring it up a notch, and you have to do that with everything you do. Whether it be reading's a big thing in my life. Reading for more time throughout the day to improve at it. What's another example? What if someone skateboards? Like, I don't skateboard, but you skateboard, and what I'm trying to say is that you learn more tricks, you get better at it, you do it for longer periods of time. You have to make sure that it's harder and harder and harder. And the daily schedule that you do, that the level of difficulty of that is the amount of time you waste. So if you lower the amount of time you waste, the more discipline it takes to do that schedule. So what I'm trying to say is that all of us overlook the fact that none of us are making our days harder. We live days like mindless, just going through the motions. Instead of going through the motions, maybe try to push yourself today. Find a way to make today harder than the last day. Maybe do try that. Like, this is such a concept that clicked for me, and I realized that this is what I've been missing. This is why I'm not improving. I've kind of been laying low this summer. I've been doing the good habits, obviously, but I feel like I haven't reached that next level where it's just second nature to me, where it's easy. I want like the really hard days where I'm wasting 0 minutes. I want that to be easy for me. That's my goal. I read for, 1.5 hour, 2 hours a day. In a year from now, I don't want that to be that way. I want to read for like 2, 3 hours, like without even trying. Like, for me, I really have to push myself right now. I don't want to have to push myself. And that's a level of being harder, doing the same schedule, but it's really easy and second nature. And that's all I'm trying to say. Even if you don't have your schedule written down, first off, write down your schedule. And second of all, write down a harder schedule, something that is harder to perform. Give yourself some leeway and then take it away. See how that is, and maybe you can improve from schedule 1 to schedule 2. That's what I've been doing, and that's what you should really be doing too.